Hey buddies, it's 4Newser, and this is another Constructor 2 video. This is updated movement, a cache system, and picking out a weapon. The next tutorial will be implementing the actual weapon so we can do all the animations, and then we will all do all the animations, and actually doing a mission. So that mission will basically be get a vehicle and sell it, and then that's going to be some part of the video games where you collect where you just get vehicles now, and then we're going to be doing it some sort of system to where we're going to have traffic, but we're also going to have not characters but NPCs walking throughout the city and on designated pathways. So this is going to get kind of complex and kind of like a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna keep with the whole mini video thing, so under like 20-25 minutes, guys, because some of it's gonna like be really complex. This is when I tell you guys, you want complex videos, this is gonna be it. We start up small, do a couple episodes, we just boom. So this is probably gonna be this video, probably next are gonna be kind of like the still easy ones, and then we're gonna jump straight into this is gonna be like a whole city block. Like literally with like a park and everything. I'm going to implement what we have as police units, because whenever you steal so many cars in front of so many people, or they see you, you have to get out of there ASAP. And then if you're not within so many people's views, so it has to be the original people who saw you. So say if 5 sprites saw you, if you just stay right there or within what we call their eye range, your little police, rate that the police are going to go after you is going to increase. Now, there's going to be foot police officers and then police officers on vehicles. And they're going to chase you. It's going to take up to 2 stars just to get a actual foot officer to your location. There's going to be a 10-star rating. So once you hit up to, I'm going to say 4 or 5, probably, I'm going to 4 to 5 stars, you actually get a vehicle, and you get a cop that gets out of the vehicle and then just starts shooting at you. And then whenever you run, now if you run on foot, he runs on foot. If you get into your vehicle, he's gonna get into his vehicle and he's just gonna crash into you and keep destroying you. Now whenever you're in contact with his vehicle, like your character in contact with his vehicle, you die. Whenever your vehicle is in contact with his vehicle, you suffer vehicle damage, and after so much your vehicle just starts burning and explodes, and then you die unless you get out of the vehicle and start hiking it. Alright, so enough of that complexity. Let's get straight back to what we were doing here. So I have a buying inventory system where you can buy a pistol, and that's the only thing you can actually get at this time, is get the pistol. There's going to be, I'm taking this from other games, so not straight out from GTA, but little, I guess you could take this out of Borderlands. They literally have selling units, or what we call, I'm going to call them like, they're those like soda can little, I don't know, boxes that sell soda cans. I'm tired. And you just put in a quarter or 75 cents, actually it's $1.25 now, and you get your Coke. Well, in this case, $100 gets you a pistol. These are only going to be located in certain, so we say sketchy net areas, or areas controlled by a powerhouse. What I mean by powerhouse is that either means gang, mafia, or cartel. So yes, this game will get super complex when we start implementing in powerhouses in the units. So a bit of Shadow of Mordor type thing going on. You can affect them. Like you can literally just take their, if you take enough of their drug stuff, or if you stop it, like you destroy it, like you want to be the good guy. Because in this game you're not really a good guy or bad guy. You're just kind of like in between the law, whatever you favor at that moment. You can affect how they operate in a limited scene. I mean, that would literally take like a ton of tutorials, and if you guys want it, I could do it, but in a way that after you've made them mad, so say 5 stars is like literally they're gonna go hunt you down, they will hunt you down even if you run to the next territory. Yes, there will be other territories. This map will get larger. The only issue is that after it gets so large, Construct 2 may have issues, and we'll get to that when we get to that. At that point, we would just use, there's a feature for constant variables. It means no matter what happens, it always stays the same. Maybe an array. No, function. No, it's not that one. I may have that already implemented. But it's literally just gonna stay all the same. So if you walk from, say this is gonna be section 1, you walk into section 2 over here, and you walk back in, it's all gonna stay the same. Now I'm gonna have a timer on each section, so we're gonna have 4 sections, so 4 huge gigantic squares of the city, or in this area. And they're going to have a timer, so say you rob the building, it's going to be literally 10 minutes before you can enter that area again, and they don't know you. Unless you walk up right up to the person that you stole. In that case, it's going to be a couple days. If you go and try to take down the police, it's going to be a super long time. If you try to take down mafia or some sort of localized gang group, they are gonna hunt you down until you just leave them alone for a while, you make good with them, or you just exterminate them. So let's get straight onto this tutorial, because I know you guys all want to get to the future tutorials. So I actually changed the touch. So this touch is based on the old Game Boy principle, up, down, left, right. This guy does rotate all around though. And there's some limited sense, so I just removed some parts where the button would go straight to the area where you press. Instead, you just press the buttons, and I may have it to where they change color depending on what you're pressing. We have two global variables. One is weapon, the other one is cash. Now, cash will always we'll always, have okay, he has, if you pick up a buck, it's going to say $1. So in this case, this is a chest of cash. It's about $100. So, player on collision with Sprite 11 or chest of cash, add to, we're going to add an action. We're going to go to system. We're going to go add to cash, value 1. In this case, I put 100. Now what I also had was a text. So I have a text value right there. And I said on collision with Sprite 11, and then you click on your text, and then you say set to cash, and then you write the word. It's going to have parentheses. Just delete the parentheses and just make sure it just has cash. And then you want to destroy the chest box unless you want to have a limited chest, a limited amount of cash. Now for the actual picking up weapons, I have it to where the player is overlapping Sprite 12. The actual weapons inventory for that, should we say vendor box or whatever, will snap to that position. So is overlapping Sprite 12, this will set its position to Sprite 12, else it will set its position back to Sprite 14. 14 is this purple square, so it's a default location off the map. So on tap of the Glock, you must have cash 100, else it won't work at all. So you probably need to make some sort of sound, or in this case, I was going to add audio saying you need more money. So some sort of gangster voice or something like that. Or we don't give away guns for free, Okay, so gun is selected on tap gesture. Gun is basically tapping the gun, so this is for your phone. And actually, the next video uploaded after this will be showing you it working on a phone. It will set this position to Sprite 16. 16 is another purple dot. I probably need to change that. but it is right there in the UI. Now this is in a different layer. Okay, so this house is in layer 0. It's the ground layer. It's where everything moves. This dot right here is in sprite, is in layer 1. That is where all the stuff that does not move is. Okay, add 1 to weapon, and then move it to a different layer, because before, now you can do this to where you actually have duplicated weapons, so you have a weapon UI, and you actually have a weapon, you know, sprite, whatever. All I do is that I actually remove it from the inventory system. So it says, okay, that weapon has been bought, you cannot buy it. We've actually put it in the UI, so you know that you have it. Another reason why I have this global number for weapon is that you can carry, I'm going to allow you to carry you know, 2 to 3 weapons, so you can actually shift between those. So that's why I have that global number. Okay, and you're going to have your own, in the next video I'll implement the character inventory system. So you click I, you can see what weapons you have, and then you can basically, in a couple of selected boxes, you can basically select what you want to arm yourself with. Okay, so when you actually tap on this, it's going to give you the gun. It's going to move to layer 1, so it's right there. Subtract 100 from your cache and set text set text to cache, so this means that anything that happens is going to update it. System equals 1. We want to actually pin the gun, or unpin at this point. It's basically saying that you are unpinning from this layer. So you could have actually put it up here also. I just wanted to do that separate so you guys could see it. But you can also put it straight up there. Okay, on top of the red sprite. Now this red sprite is right up here, so you can exit. Set this sprite to position of the purple square, which is right over there. So if we were to play this, and I'll put the download link down below so you guys could see it. I'm using my mouse controls because I don't have this on the phone yet. We're picking up $100, and we're gonna go see if we can get ourselves a gun. So I'm gonna go on top of this, or you know, overlaying it, select it. Let's see why it's not working. On start of layout, it says have we set it to the correct layer? Layer 1, layer 0. Oh, okay, that's why. Because that's at a different layer. You always want to check to make sure that you have the right layer, else it will not work. You have the code right, just the wrong layer. Because then it's referencing something in a different layer, and you can do that, it just doesn't always work. Alright, so we got it. See, it's working now. Hit X, and it's on tap gesture. Let's set this to is touching an object. Done. Set sprite position to sprite 14. And let's get our weapon. The reason why it's doing... okay, we are off. There we go. So actually, that's redundant. We don't need that at all. Just what happens is that when you're done buying your weapon, I think I was doing that in case you wanted to actually just exit it. At that point, it you would have to put in more code saying that, hey, even though he's on it, you want to delete it. Or at that point you could set it invisible, and then when you're off of it, it will just set it. Boom. You actually don't need that. You just click that, and then you get off of it, and you're good to go. Alright, so at this point we can delete that, and then I can just cover up the X button a little bit later. But I'll just leave that in there in case you guys want to play around with it. That's it for this video, guys. You could still get into the vehicle. That's your getaway vehicle. This is your, I guess, hideout. I may go and do a inside of a building thing to where if you go inside of a building, the actual roof gets invisible and you can see the individual sprites inside for that a house. And what I'll do is I will finish building out this city or the city block area, set up you know, areas where people will walk, like little example subsections, and then roads where cars will follow the car path and everything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the future tutorials and what I explained in this video. Again, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to use the Amazon referral link on anything that you buy on Amazon. It does give us a small kickback so I can hire sprites or spriters to increase the picture quality and so that you can download them and use them for your own game, whether commercial or non-commercial. Until next time, guys, remember to like and subscribe, and as always, enjoy the games that you build and you play.